Good morning, Kentuckiana. It's 6 a.m. here on your Tuesday, and we're glad you're joining us.
Jim and Grace here with you and the whole team in-house today. I've returned from my ventures for what is apparently going to be the pick day out of the last probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, Matt, finally excited to be able to get outside and enjoy a Kentuckiana summer without getting poured on.
Finally, and check this out, already off to a beautiful start. We didn't see a sunrise like this yesterday, you guys. So Jim, welcome back. You're bringing this with you, I guess, huh? We've got a nice sunny trend ahead for our Tuesday and Wednesday. And we're also expecting temperatures to gradually start warming up as well. At the moment, we're at 74 degrees near downtown Louisville, 72 for you guys near Bowman Field, a few of you in the upper 60s this morning, 68 Seymour, 68 Madison, 68 Scottsburg, 67 near Shelbyville and Grange. Now on satellite and radar, we are staying clear and quiet and dry for this Tuesday morning. That's going to be the forecast all throughout our morning and afternoon hours. I'm expecting a very quiet pattern. We're taking a break from those rain chances. Typically around this time of the year, we've been seeing those pop-up summertime storms. Today, we're not expecting that in today's forecast. It's going to be a very sunny day with temperatures ranging into those upper 80s as we head into the afternoon time. Closer into the evening, some of you may see the lower 90s, but less humidity. And we're going to stay quiet and dry throughout the overnight hours. So you can expect lots of sunshine throughout our Tuesday afternoon, and along with that, dry conditions. We're keeping rain chances out of the forecast for today and tomorrow, and then we'll start warming up as we go later on into our Wednesday afternoon. All the details about that forecast coming up here in just a few short minutes, but here's a quick check of traffic this morning. So far, we're looking good to go on all of those major interstates entering Louisville. Nothing slowing us down. If we have any holdups, we'll let you know. Grace, Jim.
Matt, thank you. Our top story this morning, a federal judge has sentenced Brett Hankesen, the former LMPD detective convicted of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights, to 33 months in prison.
And it came as a bit of a surprise to some because the Department of Justice actually recommended no prison time for Hankesen. Shortly after Monday's decision, Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, spoke outside of that federal courthouse. And our Gabe Gonzalez is live in studio right now with her reaction. Good morning, Gabe.
Hey, good morning, Jim and Grace. Tamika Palmer stood with her attorneys and told reporters how thankful she was Judge Rebecca Grady Jennings gave Hankesen time behind bars. That time is 33 months in federal prison for violating Taylor's rights during LMPD's botched raid on her apartment in 2020. Hankesen was not charged with killing Taylor, but prosecutors argued he shot his gun blindly into her apartment as well into another unit, putting lives at risk. Palmer said the recent recommendation from the Justice Department for no jail time was unfortunate.
I've never seen such a thing. I've never even heard of such a thing. It was disrespectful. It was heartbreaking. It shouldn't have happened. And like I said, he didn't know who I was. I'm grateful for the judge for giving some time because we could have walked away with nothing according to what they recommended.
On Monday, we also spoke to retired LMPD Sergeant John Mattingly. He was one of several people close to Hankesen asking for the judge to take mercy on him. Mattingly spoke about Judge Jennings' role in the case and said he was not surprised by her decision and doesn't blame her.
She was in a horrible situation. I personally feel like she kind of rode the fence, so she kind of pleased one side but not totally turned the other side off. And then ultimately it's going to be in the hands of the appellate court or Trump to pardon, and it kind of takes her out of the frying pan.
Judge Jennings broke here from the DOJ rejecting its request for a lighter sentence. On Monday, she told attorneys, quote, "I have been startled that there were not other injuries," end quote, referencing Hankesen's actions the night of the raid. Well, Hankesen remains free from federal custody for now as his attorneys plan to appeal. That could take time as attorneys could also seek out a pardon or commutation from the president. Jim, Grace.
Gabe, thank you very much. Now, as a reminder, Hankesen is not the only LMPD officer involved here. John Mattingly, who you just heard from, and Miles Cosgrove are the other two officers who fired shots during that raid. Mattingly is now retired and has since written a book about that night. Cosgrove, who fired that shot that killed Breonna Taylor, was fired from the LMPD. He's now a sheriff's deputy in Carroll County. The two other men you just saw on your screen there, Joshua Janes and Kyle Meany, have also been charged, accused of depriving Taylor of her rights. Janes also faces additional charges. Meanwhile, Kelly Goodlett, who was involved in writing the warrant that led officers to Taylor's home, pleaded guilty to federal conspiracy charges back in 2022.
And in Bardstown, 4 juveniles have been arrested after police say they fired shots. Bardstown police say at about 12:30 Monday morning, officers responded to a report of shots fired on Ashbury Drive. Soon after, the department got reports of more shots fired elsewhere. Investigators later arrested 4 juveniles in connection to the 2 incidents, which they believe are related. Authorities say no one was hurt. The young people are charged with robbery, wanton endangerment, and criminal mischief.
People will die. People do die. And people will continue to die if the center doesn't have the resources to be able to support them.
Strong words there from the Center for Women and Families, a domestic violence organization in downtown Louisville. The center says it's concerned about impending budget cuts in President Trump's fiscal year 2026 budget. It proposes sweeping reductions and eliminations to a wide range of federal programs, including cuts to programs under the Office on Violence Against Women. It's raising concerns for Louisville-based domestic violence programs, which say they rely on the funds. In recent years, the Kentucky legislature has given Zero V, which supports domestic violence shelters, including the Center for Women and Families, more than $7 million to supplement lost funds. But now the money for programs and resources is becoming less certain.
We have to be able to have the financial resources to pay people what they need to be paid for cost of living. How do we continue to do our work and be able to reach the survivors that we need to be able to reach with few resources?
The Center for Women and Families says budget cuts have not quite hit yet because of ongoing court decisions.
The fight against human trafficking continues across the country, and yesterday Secretary of State Michael Adams was in Washington, D.C. to outline how we're fighting right here in Kentucky. The Secretary of State started his Kentucky Businesses Against Trafficking initiative in January of this year. It's part of an effort to get business owners more aware of their surroundings. Adams says that employees at liquor stores, hotels, and transportation points are often a point of contact for women who are being trafficked. Secretary Adams wants business owners at those places to be able to recognize and report suspicious behavior.
They just don't know how to help anymore. They feel so overwhelmed by all that's going on in the world. And this is an issue where we don't want to overwhelm them with one more thing, but we want to show them that you can be part of the solution.
Now, if you suspect someone is a victim of human trafficking or you're a victim yourself, you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at the number you see on screen. That number, 1-888-373-7888.
2 former Manual High School football coaches have pleaded not guilty to charges of child sexual abuse. Donnie Stoner and his assistant coach and twin brother, Ronnie Stoner, were indicted on more than 50 counts of child sex abuse last week. The Stoners were removed from their coaching roles in 2023 after Donnie Stoner was accused of sexually assaulting a 17-year-old girl. A third man, Zach Kilgore, was named in the case but did not appear in court. A bond hearing has been scheduled for July 29th.
Happening today, a brand new flagship Long John Silver's location is officially opening up in Louisville. But it's not like a regular Long John Silver's. In fact, we've told you about this before. It's going to allow the company to test new technology, new procedures, and menu renovations, along with being a centralized hub for crew training, operational testing, and food development. The new restaurant is located on Bardstown Road in Fern Creek. They'll be cutting the ribbon this morning at 10 a.m.